car. Legs cramping, breath shallow. He couldn't force his lungs to draw enough air. The shivering, easing, bad sign. His feet tangled and he fell. Inches from his eyes, pale grass spotted and marked by the appetite of insects. The ground wasn't so bad, almost soft. Easy now, easy to go. No. Crawl. Elbows scraping. Knees. Forearms going blue. Blueberries, blue water, blue eyes. He reached the trunk, pulled himself up, the metal burning cold. Slouched his way to the door and bent stiff fingers around the handle. Please. The door opened. He maneuvered around it and fell into the smell of leather. His legs wouldn't move. It took both arms to pull them in, one at a time. Gripping the burnished handle, he yanked the door shut. The wind's laughter died. Instead of a key, there was a push-button start. He slapped at it, missed, slapped again. The engine roared to life. The man turned the heat all the way up and collapsed against the seat. A soft time. Warm air making his body ache and tingle and finally ease. For a while the man stared at the ceiling, head lolled back, content to watch the drifting spots in his eyes, tiny floating things that he could only see when he didn't try to look at them. He didn't think about where he was, or why, or who the car belonged to and when they might return, or whether they would be happy to find a naked man dripping on the leather seats. Just cowered like an animal in his den, the doors locked and heat blasting. After a long time, how long he had no idea, he felt himself coming back, surfacing like he was waking from a nap. Words and questions swirling leaves from an October tree, tossed and spinning and never touching the ground. Gasoline. That was one, gasoline. What did... Oh. He straightened, rubbed at his eyes. His muscles weak and languid, the fuel gauge read almost empty. He shut off the engine. So, where was he? The car was gorgeous. A BMW, according to the logo in the steering wheel, with gauges like an airplane cockpit. The seats were leather, the trim brushed aluminum, and the dash had a computer display. But the thing was a mess. Socks and a pair of Nikes rested on the floorboards on his side. The passenger seat was buried in maps and take-out bags and soda cups and empty blister packs of ephedrine and gas station receipts and a worn U.S. road atlas and a fifth of Jack Daniels with an inch left in it. Hello? He opened the whiskey, swallowed half the remainder in a gulp. It burned in the best possible way. Now that it wasn't killing him, the world outside had a kind of desolate beauty. Lonely, though. Other than the narrow two-track the car was parked on, there was no sign of people in either direction. And while he hadn't been fully conscious the whole time, he hadn't seen anyone since he'd climbed into the car. So then... how had he gotten here? Where the fuck was here, and what was he doing in it? Calm, don't panic, you're safe. Just think about what happened, how you ended up here, Nothing. He closed his eyes, jammed them tight, opened them again. Nothing had changed. Had he been drinking, drugged? Retrace your steps. You were... It was like that terrible moment he sometimes had waking up in a strange environment, in the dark of a friend's living room or in a hotel. That period where his brain hadn't yet come online and everything was automatic, just panic and readiness and fear, the tension of waiting for certainty to click, for normalcy to fall like a warm blanket. That moment always passed. It passed, and he remembered where he was and what he was doing there. Right? He set the whiskey down, gripped the steering wheel with both hands. Focus. Focus! Outside, the wind whistled. The trees looked like they'd been on